I just want to make this quick video because I get these questions all the time from clients, and I just wanted to pass along some quick answers. Some of these may apply to you, some may not, but I hope that these are helpful. Number one is IRMAA surcharges. What are they? These are extra amounts that you have to pay on Medicare premiums. They are specifically on Medicare Part B and Part D. If your income is above certain thresholds, your Medicare premiums will increase. That threshold is $182,000 if you're married filing jointly, and half of that if you're single. As your income increases, that's going to increase the amount you have to pay, so therefore your premiums go up. Now, at the end of the day, you don't want to do what's called vacuum planning. What that means is you don't just say, okay, let me try to keep income as low as possible, because maybe there's things like Roth conversions, or maybe there's things like, hey, I want to make sure that when I'm going to work, I'm not saying, oh my gosh, this sucks, I'm trying to bring in some part-time income, and now it's going to impact all of these other things. You have to make the decision holistically, not just in a vacuum of what's going to save IRMAA surcharges, or what's going to make sure that my Roth conversion is most effective when I do this because of my income. The next common question I receive is about Social Security provisional income, which essentially states if you're over a certain threshold, a portion of your Social Security benefits are taxable anywhere from 0% to 85%. So as you're looking at your overall withdrawal strategy, look at how it may impact the taxes you pay on Social Security. Where should you pull income from first in retirement? Number one, determine what are your fixed income sources. What income sources exist that aren't your portfolio? Call it Social Security, call it rental income, call it a pension. What are those sources? Great. Now that we have that, what is the best account to pull from? Is it a Roth IRA? Is it an IRA? Is it a 401k? Is it a brokerage account? What you want to do is pull from the accounts that are going to minimize the tax implications, allowing you to do more tax planning. So in this example, if you have a Roth IRA with $100,000 and you have a brokerage account with $100,000, pull from the brokerage account first and fully liquidate that. That way the Roth IRA, well, yes, that continues to grow and compound tax-free, but mainly your brokerage account, it doesn't generate any more income. Neither would a Roth IRA, but the difference here is what if you have an IRA or a 401k? As most people reach out do, well, you're pulling from that. That's going to increase your income because you're living off of those dollars. So at the end of the day, what we want to do is keep our income as low as possible. And your Roth, that's already been taxed. Your brokerage, it's already been taxed. Your IRA and 401k have not been taxed yet, so we want to be really intentional and not generate any more income than we need to, because that impacts your overall tax strategy, that impacts how we withdraw income, and at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're doing as good as you possibly can. Lastly, is you're going to need to pull income from somewhere. So some people have a hesitation of, hey, I don't know where to pull from exactly, and they get a little paralysis analysis. And at the end of the day, it's not a bad thing to pull income. You want to pull income because that's how you're going to meet your needs and do what you want to do. But at the end of the day, you just want to do it most efficiently. So if you determine exactly how much you need, please know it's very common to have what's called a retirement income gap. Maybe there's certain years you're withdrawing more from your portfolio and you go, Ari, I'm uncomfortable because I've seen you make a video on the 5 to 5.5% withdrawal rate rule or 4% rule. I've heard you talk about these things and I'm at 6, 7, 8%. Is that okay? Am I going to be okay? The reality is if you're only doing that for a certain set few years, the reality is you're probably okay. Now, the reality also is if you're doing that for the rest of retirement, that you won't be okay. You will run out of money. But the way you protect against that is by saying, great, I understand here's the number of years I'm going to pull from these retirement accounts. Here's the number of years that I'm not going to have to fully rely on my portfolio. I'm going to have other income sources helping, which in a weird way, it seems like, let's say you go back to work and you make $20,000 and you made $200,000 for your whole career. You're probably thinking, what role does $20,000 a year play? The reality is it plays a big role. And the reason I say that is it's not just $20,000 that you're making, that's $20,000 less coming from your portfolio, allowing that to continue and compound and grow tax-free. So at the end of the day, what you want is an overall comprehensive holistic strategy. So all of these questions I am answering right now in this video because these are questions I commonly receive, and I wanted to make almost a little bit of a mailbag video showing the answers to all of these and how I think about them. However, if there are certain topics you want me to explain, please put those in the comment below. Happily make a video on those. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you don't know, I am the host of the Early Retirement Podcast, and this is what I love doing. I help people create a custom strategy to retire early. You can always reach out to me or a member of our team here at Root, and we would be happy to walk you through our planning process to show you how we can help you get more life out of your money.